This can only go well, boys. Hey, what's up, guys? Vizeh, and welcome to another video on my channel. And today, let's get into my Premier League players ranked video. I'm going to get many people pissed off here. If you thought me getting kicks like incorrect is something that would trigger people, most people don't really care. Only like a few people care about, like, you know, if you don't like the kit. But it's a whole different story if you say that you think that their favorite player is not as good as they think they are. I just know that no matter what I do here, there's gonna be some fun in the comments here, boys. And I'm not here to purposely try and piss people off. I am just here to try and do two things, right? Number one is try and be as unbiased as I can. So of course, I'm a Burnley fan. I have no connections between Arsenal, Chelsea, or United, or City, or Liverpool, Spurs. I have no connection. Now most of these players are all in those clubs, but there's a few which is not, like Jimenez there, Zaha, Vardy, Walcott's there. I didn't make this, by the way, so if you're wondering why is Fabian Shaw not there, I did not make this team maker because it would take me literally like ages to make this. So just to make my life easier, I just took one from team maker and I'm going to rank it based on these players there, which I think this gives us a good variation of players. I don't think there's anyone like big that's missing out here. And if your favourite player is not here, then just consider them as S tier, okay? Just make yourself feel better about yourself. So if you do enjoy this, make sure to like and subscribe, and of course make sure to tell me down below in the comments how wrong I am, or tell me your S tier, your E tier. Who do you think is like the top 3 best players in the league? I guess with that said, I think there's not much else to do other than get underway with this bad boy. Let's start off with something that I think everyone would agree with, and that is, I don't know why Walcott's in here, but Walcott, yeah, he's E tier. I don't know why Walcott's in here. We can all agree with Walcott. Off to a banger. Is Andreas Pereira in E tier? I mean, he's not that good, is he, guys? Let's be honest. He may have potential, but right now I don't think he's all that. Of course, when Burnley played against United at Old Trafford, he in fact gave us the first goal. He messed up in defence. So if you can get outsmarted by Ashley Barnes and just made to look like a mug, then I think you deserve to be in E tier. So bye-bye. Could anyone else be in E tier? I mean, Xhaka is a shout, but I think Xhaka's better though. I may put Xhaka in a D tier. I don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's good, but I don't think he's that bad. Also in D tier, I'm going to put in the likes of Chris Smalling, because I feel like he actually could be a good defender. He just lacks confidence too much. I think United fans, like, they banter on him so much that his confidence is so low. Confidence is a massive thing for football, so I think he could actually be a decent defender. He just lacks confidence a lot. So I think D tier is probably fair for Smalling. Now, just for example, if I put a player into S tier, that's because I think that they can easily fit into many main 11 in the world. So Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Juventus, any top 6 team. If I put a player in S tier, that's because I think they can probably fit into pretty much any top 6 or big team in the world quite comfortably. So if I put a player in S tier, that's why. As Piliqueta, I'll put him in C tier. I think he's a C tier player. I mean, he has won many Premier Leagues, but he's one of them which you just don't hear about that much. Maybe he's underrated. But now I know that this may annoy Wolves fans, but I'm going to put Jimenez as a C tier player. He's been a fantastic player for Wolves. I'm not doubting that, and he may be an even better player. But of course, he's only played 1 season, and he's done really good so far. Last year for Wolves, he scored 13 goals in the Premier League, which of course, like Ashley Barnes, he scored like 10 goals for Burnley. I don't know if that classifies a B tier. If you're comparing him to like the other players, such as the likes of, I know, strikers such as Lukaku or Firmino, he is a C for now, but it could be a B tier in the future. I want to put someone in a C tier here, but I know that this will start a war. Let's look at the facts here, right? Lukaku scored 12 goals in 22 games, 10 off the bench for Man United. That's a good return for a striker. That is a good return. No assist though, which is quite poor for a player of his quality. Comparing him to Rashford, who scored 10 goals in 26 games, 22 appearances being in a centre forward position, and then there's Martial with 10 goals, 2 assists in 18 games, so still isn't even that bad. And that is playing as a left forward. So I think Lukaku, Martial, and Rashford, all that United-led group, they're all B tier. I don't think they're A tier. I don't think they're not C tier. They're all good players. I think Lukaku has been bantered on way too much by United fans. I think that he's lacking confidence, like, completely. And if you remember, like, how good he was at Everton, like, he is a good player. He just needs confidence. I'm sure that if he goes to a Juventus or into the summer, he will smash things up there. I guarantee you that. Now, who else could be a C tier? Because we've got a lot of players here. Now, I think a lot of players can be a B tier for me. Based on from what I've seen in recent years, I think that Ozil has lost it. I think he's a B tier player. I mean, for Arsenal last year, 5 goals, 2 assists in 25 games, 4 off the bench. You know what? Looking at that, you know what? No, actually no, he's a C tier. I'm sorry, but those stats is just not good enough, man. He had a 19 assist season, which was fantastic, but recently, I think he's been dropping off. In the last 2 seasons, for me, he's a C tier player. So, Ozil, C tier right now. Jamie Vardy, I would put as a B tier. He still gets consistent good goals this year. I think last year got 18, so he's still a consistent, you know, Premier League striker, so I think B tier is fair for him. I put Zaha C tier as well. If Jimenez is C tier, I put Zaha C tier as well. Last year, Zaha got 10 goals and 5 assists for Palace, which is still a good return. But I think comparing to like a Jimenez, of course he's more of a winger. But saying this, apparently 18 of his appearances, going to who scored, was in fact as a centre forward. A C tier, I think that's somewhat fair for Zaha. And if Zaha and Jimenez is in that list, I also put Ryan Fraser as a C tier player. He's been absolutely fantastic for Bournemouth last year as Fraser. If he does it for another year, then I think he'd be a B tier player. The reason why Vardy's in B tier because he's been doing it consistently. If Fraser continues it, then I think he deserves a B tier. But right now, based on 1 season, he's been a good player, very good player. I mean, many assists, but right now, a C tier player. If Zaha is in it, then I think Fraser should be in there as well. If we're comparing Eriksen and Dele Alli, I think Eriksen is a better player, definitely. So I'll put Dele Alli as a C tier as of right now, and Eriksen's a B tier. Honestly, I think last year he didn't have that many, he didn't really do much last year, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, 5 goals, 3 assists. Now, of course, he was fantastic 2 years ago. However, it's all about like a consistent performance. I just think that Eriksen is more consistent, so I'll put Ali below Eriksen. I think that Ali could be a B tier. He's on the edge. He's on the edge, man. Spurs fans, don't shout at me. I think he could be a B tier player. When I see Ali playing for England, I don't get like that excited. I don't get that excited by him. Not gonna lie. You never know. Maybe Dele Alli may see this and then want to go change my mind. Now he's amazing now. See, so if he now becomes good now, Spurs, thank me later because now I pissed him off. So you're welcome. Oh, the railroad. He's a weird one because again, like Dele Alli, he was fantastic like 2-3 years ago. I think Alderweireld got an injury and then he's been like slowed down ever since. But right now, I swear there's like a release clause for him of like 30 mil or 28 mil, and no one is still going for him, which is really weird if you don't mind me saying. I just realised there's so many players who still being this thing. Okay. Next up, let's do Arsenal. Let's do some Arsenal players. So B tier, I'll say Lacazette, and A tier, I'll say Aubameyang. I think Aubameyang's an A tier player. I don't think he's S tier because I think he can be inconsistent. For example, the Europa League final, I saw him make some big mistakes in that game. So Aubameyang is a fantastic player and can be. I mean, any of these players, in B, A, S tier can be fantastic on their day. It's all about consistency. And Aubameyang did score a lot of goals last year, to be fair to him. So I'm kind of debating an S tier, but I can't put too many players as an S tier, and I don't think he's an S tier right now. So let's get into the City players. So of course, if they're a City player, there's a reason for it. They're like a fantastic player. So let's do the easy ones first. So Aguero, S tier, without a shadow of a doubt, he's an S tier player. De Bruyne, S tier. He's an S tier player. He will fit into any team in the world, in my opinion. Next up, let's do Fernandinho. I think he's a massive player for City. I think he deserves to be an S tier. He's very vital to the team. For a team like City, the fact that he's one of the most important parts of it means a lot. Leroy Son, I'm going to put Son as an A tier though. I put Son as an A tier. I think that he is, again, like Aubameyang, a fantastic player on this day. He's not even starting for City. So if he's not starting for City, I can't really put him as an S tier, I don't think. But saying that, I think Son could fit into most teams in the world. Like Bayern Munich, I mean, they want him. Can he fit into Real Madrid? I mean, maybe not anymore with Hazard there. Speaking of Hazard, I might as well put Hazard there right now because Hazard, obviously an S tier player, been consistent best player in Premier League or up there in top 3 for the last like 4 or 5 seasons, so he deserves to be in there. Raheem Sterling now, I guess based on last year, I think he has to be an S tier player now. I mean, he's done absolute bits. The thing with Sterling is that for England, he's not really the same. I feel like Sterling, he really does suit the the Man City system, and he really does benefit from that. If you put Sterling into like a different team, like a like a Real Madrid, would he do as well? I think he'll do well, but I don't know if he'll do as well as City. But last year, 17 goals, 10 assists for City. I think that he's been very good for them. And the fact that he's a starter for Man City says a lot as well. So I'll put Sterling as an S tier player. Anyone else from City? I think Bernardo Silva is a... Honestly, I love Bernardo Silva. I think that he could be an S tier player. I'm going to put A tier because if Son is A tier, I don't think Bernardo should be above him based on performances. I think that Bernardo Silva is an incredible talent. I think he's a fantastic player and I think he's somewhat underrated. If you want to consider stats, though, based on like last year or the year before that, I mean 7 goals, 7 assists. For that, 6 goals, 4 assists. It's nothing insane. So I think it's fair based on recent years in Premier League. He's an A tier, but from what I've seen from him, he's a fantastic player. So I think S tier could be possible. Anyone else from City? Ederson. I think that Ederson can go into any goalkeeping spot across the world. I think he can get in above Ter Stegen potentially, Courtois most definitely. So Ederson S tier for me. David Silva. Do I think he can get into any main 11 in the world? I don't think so. Oh, could it? I think he can. I think he can, man. But I think so can Sonny or AUBAMEYAng on a day. 6 goals, 8 assists last year. 9 goals, 11 assists the year before that. 4 goals, 7 assists the year before that. I don't know, man. I think I'm happy with A tier. If Sonny's A tier, I'll put David Silva A tier as well. And then Laporte, I think he'll get into any defense in the world, ideally. So I think S tier for Laporte. Now we've got quite a few Liverpool players here. So let's do the Liverpool ones, okay? So we got Salah. Salah, S tier. I mean, I think he's class. I think that the way he plays is great, and I think he deserves to be an S tier. The amount of goals he's done in the last 2 years alone is insane. So I think anyone that thinks he's not an S tier player is probably a City fan or United fan, really. I think he's class. Last year, 22 goals, 8 assists. The year before that, 32 goals, 10 assists, 10 goals in the Champions League. He's a big player for Liverpool, and he's really come to a massive play. I mean, he's not been below a 7 rating in the last 3-4 years. Like, he's not been below a 7 points all rating. So, he's an S tier player, and there's no shadow of a doubt about that in my mind. Also, without a shadow of a doubt, because Virgil van Dijk is, of course, an S tier player, would easily slip into any defense in the world. Barcelona, Real Madrid, they'll love to have him. So Virgil van Dijk should be in there as well. I think Trent and Robertson should be an S tier. The reason why is because I think that they could be a left back or right back for any team in the world. Real Madrid, I think they can go above them. Carvajal and Marcelo. Marcelo's getting a bit older now. Barcelona, who do they have? Nelson Semedo and Jordi Alba. Like, I think Jordi Alba is just as good maybe as Robertson. I think Robertson can give him a run for his money. So that is how I base that on. I think they're S tier. Sadio Mane he's a weird one. He's a weird one, man, because I feel like he could be an S tier. I feel like if Sane's an A tier, I feel like Mane should be in the same thing as him, or as AUBAMEYAng as well. Mane is an awkward one. He really is. I think if David Silva, Bernardo Silva's here, I think I put Mane as an A tier player, honestly. And then Firmino, I think he's also, I mean, I want to say he's a B tier player, not gonna lie. Last year, 12 goals, 6 assists. Copa America, 2 goals, 3 assists, which is great. Last year, it's not insane stats, but I guess he's not there to be kind of like the main striker. I mean, I think for the role that he serves, I think I kind of want to put Firmino as a B tier player, not gonna lie, man. I would rate him on the same level as Gabriel Jesus. And if Gabriel Jesus was in here, then I'd put him as a B tier player. So I'll put Firmino as a B tier player. Kante, S tier. He's won the league at Leicester and won the league at Chelsea back-to-back seasons. Like, he's so important to his role. Last year, he's been playing out of his position, so that's why he's not been as good. But Kante, I think he can get into any team in the world as a centre mid or CDM. So I think that's not. I don't think that's a doubt. Alisson, I think he could be in net for any team in the world as well. Same as Ederson, I think he's class. Harry Kane. Well, for me, one of the best strikers in the world. I think that he should be as an S tier. I think he'll be a striker for any team in the world. Real Madrid, maybe not Bayern Munich, Lewandowski. That's kind of a tough one. Harry Kane would be perfect inside like Liverpool or United, of course. Would he go ahead of Suarez? Maybe not, but I think as a striker, I think that he's proved himself to be one of the best in the world for best finishers, so I'll put him as an S tier player. And also his passing range is also fantastic as well. So Harry Kane, S tier player. 2 more to go. Heung-min Son, I'll put him as an A tier player as well. A tier, I think that's fair. So Son, I'll put him above an Eriksen. I think an A tier is fair for Son. And then last but not least, POGBA, which is probably one of the most debated ones in it. That's why I left him till last. Would he get into any centre mid partnership in the world? I think he will. So I want to put him as an S tier player. I think he's been, people give him stick for his work rate, and so do I. I think that his work rate needs to be better. But do I think that he'll fit into any centre mid in the world? I think he will. I think he'll even go ahead of City potentially. Fernandinho. I mean, imagine Pogba at City with how fluent they are with their play. I think Pogba will fit in perfectly. I mean, if you've seen how he plays for France, he's quality. He's so good for France. He still can be absolutely world class, and any team will take him. So for me, that is my rankings of players in Premier League. Now you may say, oh well, look at how many people's in S tier. Like, you're just like, you're not really deciding who's who. Well, each player here will fit into or should compete to be in any team in the world in their position. So I think that's a fair way I could do it. That I think Aguero will get into any team in the world, and De Bruyne, Fernandinho. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is spot on? I try to be as I tried to be as fair as I can with this. The A tiers are all debatable. I think they could all be S tiers on a day. You know, but on their day, any player could be amazing. Like Rashford, Lukaku, they could be world class on their day. I am relatively happy with this list. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts about this. And yeah, hope you guys do enjoy. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. And thank you guys for watching. My name is Vizeh. I'll see you next time.